Hello ladies and gentlemen, I'm back once again and it's your boy D-Man the Great, and today I'm here to talk about the Marvel Cinematic Universe and the news yesterday that Spider-Man will be out of the MCU because Sony and Marvel failed to reach a deal. And since they failed to reach a deal, we face a big dilemma in the MCU as Tony Stark, a spoiler for Endgame coming, so Tony Stark would have sacrificed his life for his protege, who would proceed to sell or give away the object that he was given in Tony Stark's wake, and then ruin his own life, and he were to disappear into oblivion, never to be spoken of or heard of again. Chuck Cunningham syndrome. That is would be an awful way to close out the flagship character of the Marvel Cinematic Universe's arc, as Tony Stark Iron Man is the biggest character in the MCU and was pretty much the star of the entire thing over these years, and it's very unfair that the characters of these characters here have to deal with or the characters in the story has to deal with a major fallout, and that Tom Holland is gonna lose a lifetime gig over a couple dollars. Like, Tom Holland doesn't deserve to have the end of his arc as Spider-Man to be completely ruined because of corporate greed, like whatchamacallit was that Amazing Spider-Man guy Andrew Garfield. He doesn't deserve that, and it's disgraceful that they would end up putting that kid in this predicament. And then again, now looking at it, it's like with all that arc, you got your flagship character has destroyed everything, and now because you want more money and Sony's too stubborn to give it to you, now you're gonna destroy everything when you could have protected everything. You're gonna destroy everything because you couldn't come to a deal. Now we lost the biggest character in the MCU, and he's not coming back. And then you lost the other big character in Steve Rogers' Captain America. So you lost the two biggest stars in the group. And who knows how much longer Chris Hemsworth is going to be in the Marvel Cinematic Universe, because he's been there since the beginning. And I'm pretty sure, well, now that he has the opportunity to be have a bigger role with Thor, he's gonna stay for a little bit longer. But who knows how much longer we'll have Chris Hemsworth as Thor. You're lucky to still have him to do it, because y'all did him a disjustice anyway. And he was the background, he was part of the big three, as they call it, of the Avengers, but took a back seat to the entire team in his first two films. Had the most boring, dried up character in the first couple flicks. It was always Evans and Downey. It was always Chris Evans and Robert Downey Jr. It was not any other. Like
Let's keep him occupied.
bloody Tom Hiddleston and all them. It was never anybody else but these guys. Tom Hiddleston had the front seat over the star of the film, Chris Hemsworth. Chris Hemsworth literally had no value in the MCU besides his abs and muscles for like the first 5-6 years of his run until Ragnarok. Had no value in the MCU. Didn't really have much of a role. It didn't allow him to be the star he really is. And now he is that star. And y'all lucky to still have him. Y'all should be taking Spider-Man while y'all can. Cause y'all and then not only that, we're just gonna mention that Sony and Marvel are both very awful for this, as Sony wouldn't have made $1 billion Spider-Man film if it wasn't for Marvel. they're not making that money if it's not a Marvel Cinematic Universe film. Every movie they release now and in the future is most likely going to be $1 billion film. You're not going to get that anywhere else. You're not going to make a Spider-Man film $1 billion. You made the last Spider-Man films that they made were The Amazing Spider-Man. That film is not $1 billion movie under any circumstance. So if you use that as the example, it doesn't work. That's not $1 billion movie. And the characters themselves will take a big hit from this, as now you just basically killed off the flagship and then they removed the character out of the whole series, so you did that for no reason. So the characters of Pepper Potts and Morgana Stark freaking lost her dad. Little girl lost her dad. Wife lost her. So the storyline screwed up. And then you're gonna have another Spider-Man with Tom Holland outside of the MCU. You can't do that. That doesn't work. You're gonna just ignore the entire arc of the character. He's mentored by Tony Stark all this time, and then literally destroys everything to never be heard of again. Chuck Cunningham syndrome. Awful. But they gotta at least give a conclusion to the arc of Tom Holland for his Spider-Man. They could at least give a conclusion to that arc, and that would be like, just give you could give one last movie and conclude the arc between you two, and you two don't have to ever work with each other again. Just close the character's arc out. You can kill them off. You do whatever you want to do with them. Or like, you could just let Tom Holland finish his arc of Spider-Man and call it a day. Do whatever you have to do, but allow Tom Holland to finish his arc, because he deserves it, and then characters deserve it, and just for the fans and the narrative of the storylines, they deserve to get what they earned, because the fans have earned it. Fans of the Marvel Cinematic Universe have earned everything they've received, and they deserve to get the ending to each story that is started, not a half-assed claim to be done. They deserve to end. The story should be ended their way. And I'm gonna end off on that. I'm gonna thank you guys for watching. Please like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll catch you guys later.